We'll text Mary and then we're going to say that.
Oh, no, we were those rallies.
That wouldn't be great. No, yeah, that's a long time. First we're going
All right, we are here at the Titans Spring Camp 2022 with head coach and GM Ken Pearson. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you doing today?
Good, excited, looking forward to getting going.
So tell me what is happening here this weekend.
So this weekend is our annual, we call it development camp. We'll have players 17 and under together on 4 teams. We'll put them through a practice, and then we've divided them into 4 teams. They'll all play 3 games against the other 3 teams, obviously, and we'll evaluate and give them feedback. Once the camp is over. The 2006 born players that are here, it's kind of our last chance to see them before we have the MGHL draft. It's been a tough year with the COVID. The last couple of years, we haven't been able to properly evaluate these guys, I guess you could say, and this is kind of our last chance to get them in and show them our program and what we have to offer here in Neepawa.
So are people here by invitation? Did they request to come? Is it a mix of the 2 things?
Yeah, it's kind of a combination, Rain. We've had our list of guys that we wanted to make sure that we invited to come, and for the most part, we got those guys. And then of course, there's the free agent players that come on as walk-ons, and of course we encourage that. It's about getting exposure and experience for these guys to what a junior camp is like. We're going to have 6 to 8 of our Titan players here helping us also run the bench during the game and helping out during practice. So it'll be good for them to interact with some of these young guys also.
So what do you have to do to be eligible to be here?
Well, basically, it's open to any player that was born in 2007, 2006, 2005. So that's really the main, thing that we're for eligibility to come to this camp is you're playing at that age level. And obviously, we've got some kids here that have played high school, some kids that have played U18, AAA, and some prep. So the talent is going to be a little bit different as you go along, but it's all about the exposure and experience, as I said before.
Now the draft, I believe, is in June. Is that right?
Correct. Yeah.
So at the end of this weekend, after seeing all these players play, are there going to be any decisions made, or is it just one element that goes into what you're doing?
No, we've tracked these guys for the better part of 2 years now, but just this will be kind of our last kind of evaluation, and we can find out a little bit more about them one-on-one, a little bit more about their character and whatnot, and then we'll go back and kind of maybe move guys up or move guys down, or target certain players that we really liked here at our camp this weekend.
So are the people from, it's mostly Manitoba, I would assume, players?
Yeah, it's basically everyone from, we got players from Flin Flon all the way down to Vita, so we've got everyone down in Manitoba looked after.
Great. Now, what does it mean for a town the size of Neepawa to have a team like the Titans and to be running a camp like this?
Well, I think it's pretty important. There's lots of hotels, there's meals, there's ice time here at the Yellowhead that goes on with the camp this weekend. And in past years the weather's been a little bit better, and obviously with COVID not around, we were able to do a couple of different things with some of the different businesses and sponsors in town. So I think it's a good opportunity to sell our community to these people and to the players.
Great. Well, thank you so much for your time. I think we'll probably check in with you again at the end of the weekend to see how things went.
Good. Thank you.
Thanks. So we are here at the Neepawa Titan Spring Camp with Mary Ellen Clark. Good morning. How are you doing today?
Good morning, Rain. How are you?
Good. So tell me about your relationship with the team.
Well, I have billeted for 18 years, so I've had a lot of people go through my household, I'll tell you, and I've been the billet coordinator for 14.
Wow.
And I've always helped with camp registration, that type of things.
So all the players who play on the team, if they aren't local, are billeted in homes. Is that how it works?
Exactly. We have a wonderful contingent of billet families. We really do. And we do try to billet two together because it's easier for kids for transportation, and particularly when we have people who live out of town. After a game, they got two people going together to travel.
Right.
So we are very, very blessed with great billets, actually. We are.
That's great. And I imagine with having two together, if they're being away from home for the first time for an extended period, it'll be easier to be with someone going through the same experience.
Yes, it is actually. And we try to put a more senior player with a younger player, just because there's protocols that go on in a household, and younger kids just coming in that are young learn from someone who's 19 or 20 years old.
Of course,
So
right.
that helps too in a household.
So do we have people who come in and play on the team that are in the school here?
Yes, we sometimes have youth who are local boys as well, but sometimes the locals prefer to have the experience of playing junior hockey away from home too. Everybody enjoys the junior experience of being billeted out. And we've often had over the years saying, well, I wish we had more local people, local boys play. But some of those local boys, they don't necessarily want to play 4 full years in their home community. They want that experience to play junior hockey away from home too. So it's a catch-22. It's a privilege to play here, and a lot of boys aspire to be here, but they're happy to be someplace else too.
Well, that certainly makes sense. And, you know, if they are going on to different levels of hockey afterwards as well, they're not going to be playing in Neepawa.
No, exactly, they're not. No, exactly, no. We're always happy to have some locals here because it does draw people, but over the years, we sort of, our extended community is like McCurry, Gladstone, Portage, Brandon, around, Minnedosa, like any of those kids that live in those areas. To us, they're local too, local kids.
Well, certainly, yeah. Anyone within a reasonable dinner time driving distance is probably a local kid.
Exactly, in our eyes, yes, it is, exactly. It is.
So what are we looking for here at the spring camp?
They're looking at prospects for the years to come. And it's a privilege for these young people to come and be part of our prospect camp.
So this is people from all over, not just local kids coming today.
No, they're coming from all over. And they played great hockey already, and they're really coming to do this. So it's exciting for them. It's a big weekend, actually, for them.
Well, great. Thank you so much for your time today.
You're very welcome. We're looking forward to a busy weekend of fun.
Me too.
Yeah, thanks, Rain.
We get asked all the time.
I know. Are you related to me?
Yeah, thank you.
Help yourself to the papers here and the Boston Pizza.
We are here at the Neepawa Titans Spring Camp 2022 with the Titans president, Ken Waddell. Ken, good morning.
Good morning, good to be here.
So tell me about what's going on this weekend.
Well, there's about 60 or 70 young people coming in, young men coming in to try out for the team and to get another run at hockey, get their hockey fix for the weekend. And out of this camp, there'll be some selections made for people to be signed for the team. And it's also a chance for the, it's a good thing for the town because that many people coming to town, families coming here, and well, hopefully they'll do a little bit of shopping downtown and go to restaurants and places like that.
Exactly, it's a whole weekend event, right? So they're out and about in the community.
Yeah, Saturday and Sunday. It's an annual event. We'll have another one in the fall, and which is probably a little more serious because the boys will be a few months older and a few months bigger and stronger, and more ready for hockey. And we're also using it as a way to showcase our sponsors on the sponsor boards here I have behind me, because we try and have them on display at every event we have, because we're very proud and very pleased with the number of sponsors that we have for the team partners, and so we want to feature them as well. And we're pretty excited. We had a pretty good season last year. Hopefully next season will be somewhat better. And this is a good place to start because some of the players during the camp this weekend will certainly likely be part of our team that's coming here.
Yeah, and it was certainly a little bit of a heartbreaker this year. We got so close to the playoffs.
Yes, 2 points. 2 points out of the playoffs. And it's, we've had different people say, you should have been in there. We wanted to see you in there. It would have been good for us. It would have been good for the town. It would have been good for the league. But because we haven't been there for a few years. But hopefully next year we'll be able to get up off the 4th place and maybe even to 3rd or 2nd place.
And it certainly seems like the team has been developing and getting stronger over the last couple of years. So
yeah, we're very pleased with our management team and coaching staff, and so we're hoping that'll go along. The other thing though is as players graduate, and a lot of people don't realize that there's 7 this year, and several of them are going on to either a trade school, to university, and in many cases to play hockey at another level, whether it be college or some kind of a higher level of hockey. Over the years, we've had well over 100 players go on to a higher level of hockey, and so we're always very proud of that. From anywhere from ECHL, AHL, and a few from the NHL, and lots of people have gone on to play college hockey across Canada and the United States.
And certainly the United States in particular has a robust collegiate athletics program. So
yeah, they sometimes will get hundreds, if not thousands, of people at a college hockey game, and we've all heard about the crowds that get at their football games, which are insane. But anyway, no, a lot of our players go on to play across Canada or in the United States, and so we're very proud of that, and we actively encourage that. I know our coaching staff actively encourages that among the players.
I think the development here and throughout the player's career with the Titans is not just about playing hockey, but developing as young men.
Oh yes, yeah, and most of the players, a lot of people don't realize that, but many do, is that most of them have jobs. The American boys have a little trouble working here because of the citizenship situation, but our Canadian-born players, almost all of them, they're either in school or have a job, and as well as play hockey. So they're kept pretty busy, and then of course there's a lot of volunteering work done in the communities as well. We're hoping, of course, this year to get back into the care home, to read to the citizen residents there, and the school reading program, and all those other kind of things we do in the community. Hopefully, will be even better than it was this year, because hopefully we won't be fighting COVID this coming year.
Right. Let's all cross our fingers there.
Yes.
And it certainly seems from the sponsor wall that the community is really behind the team.
Yes, the community and the region, and so we're very, very pleased. We have some sponsors from Portage and Brandon and other places as well, but we're very, very pleased. They've been very, very solid behind the team. But on the other hand, too, I mean, they get reasonably good publicity. You know, their signage and their name is mentioned at the games and on TV, it's broadcast through Hockey TV and NAC TV. So we give back to the community as well, some good value for the money for what they've put into the team over the years.
Certainly it seems in terms of recreation and things like that, that this is one of the economic drivers of the community.
Well, it is. I mean, the Yellowhead Center, in the 32 years that the team has been here, it's well over $500,000 in sales at the concession and the ice rentals over the years. I did some figuring the other day, and if it was not for the Neepawa natives, now Neepawa Titans, over the last 32 years, the Yellowhead Center would probably have a debt load of about $400,000 more than it does. So, because it doesn't cost a lot extra to run the extra games. Yeah, there's a little bit of caretaking extra, some ice maintenance, but the ice is there anyway, the plant is there anyway, the building is there anyway, and so it may as well be used, and it's been well used over 32 years by the junior A hockey team. And as I say, it would probably be in the area of $400,000 to $500,000 more debt on the Yellowheads' head if it wasn't for the hockey team.
Well, thank you so much for taking a little time with me this morning. I know it's going to be a busy couple of days for you guys.
Yes, it is.
So hopefully we'll check in with you maybe at the end of the weekend and see how things went.
Thank you very much. Appreciate that.
Okay, I'll just and you can take all of this information.
So we are here at the Titans Spring Camp 2022. Would you like to introduce yourselves?
I'm Hayden Turner.
I'm his dad, Lon Turner.
Great. So, tell me about your experience with hockey and your interest in the team and the camp.
Well, I played AAA this year, and then excited to play in this camp. Looking forward to the weekend.
He got invited to the camp, I guess you should probably.
Okay, so people got their eye on you already. There you go.
He got invited and he definitely wanted to attend. Said, yep, sign
Great.
me up. So we signed him up and got in, and here we are today. Looking forward to it.
So what time do you hit the ice today for practice?
3:45.
So you're on the silver team?
Gold.
Gold team. We're actually filming the games tonight, so we've got someone coming in to call the games. So we'll
that's
get to
great.
see you in action.
Yeah, it's great. We were seeing guys that we haven't seen for a while. They've moved on to other teams throughout the province, and they're here today, so it's good to see.
So are you local or where are you guys from?
Cirrus.
You're from Souris. Okay. So you came out for this one. Are you sort of looking at any other teams as well?
Couple maybe.
Yeah.
Going to camps.
Check things out. Get some ice time, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, great. Anything else you want to tell us about yourselves?
Anything you want to say?
Out of Service, Manitoba. You're forward. Yeah, it's been a joy for me watching him grow up in service hockey and play for the Cougars and get invited to these camps. And I'm looking forward to the spring for a couple other camps that he's going to. Yeah,
then,
it's great for me.
I bet. Well, enjoy your time in Neepawa. Thanks.
Yep, thanks a lot.
So you said you've been doing this for how long?
30 plus years.
30 plus years. So has it been the same, or has like the technology changed as far as what you're doing?
I had the changed machines. The first machine I had was just a single unit.
Yeah.
And then I ended up getting this, they call it 3-header.
Okay.
So just,
Do they do different things, or is it just?
yeah, well, they all do the same thing, but you can adjust them differently.
Okay. So it's not just the hockey skates, it's the figure skaters coming through here and stuff, or is it just the hockey
I can
skates?
do them, but
Yeah.
I've never done the figure skating.
Okay.
It requires a different dressing.
Okay. All right. So we are here at the Titan Spring Camp. So for kids playing at this level, how often are they sharpening these skates and blades?
It's all individual.
Yeah.
And on quality of ice or hardness of ice. Years ago, they used to sharpen the skates a lot more often, but then we've got different process of doing ice now than they did years ago.
Yeah.
I think the ice was a lot harder, so they sharpen the skates more often. And we also have the RO system here, which takes all the impurities out of the water.
Right. So they're not.
So it's cleaner
Better
water.
ice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or cleaner ice. Yes.
So they're not here before every game trying to get their skates sharpened
No,
anymore.
no. And it depends what they're skating on. If they're out in the flats and skating there, then it's more impurities. So
If you're out in your pond on your farm, that's
so they
yeah.
get dulled quicker.
Yeah.
So, but it's usually some kids or even adults or hockey players. Some guys go 5, 6, 7 times. Others every second time.
Yeah.
It's individual preference.
All right. Well, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
What's on the menu for this morning?
Everything but pierogies.
Everything but? What, did you run out of pierogies last
Yes.
night? Oh dear, that's not the thing you want to run out of, I guess.
Well, you need to run it out for the season.
Yeah. Oh, I see. So they're just gone for the season.
Yeah.
Okay. So So you're not doing special meals or anything, just
regular what's on the menu.
what's on the menu and so on, yeah. Well, that's good. Probably pretty busy last night, was it?
It wasn't bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good turnout.
Good crowd. There's quite a few lads here and so on, I understand it. It looks like we got they're coming in.
The early birds are here.
Yeah, we'll be getting a little business here. The first period's over here of the game this morning. The boys are coming off. He told me there's about 70 young fellas here trying out at this camp here this weekend, the Titans spring camp. But they're split into 4 teams, so they're having a bit of a round robin, I suppose it is, for the games. 4-0 the score right now. I'm here with Chris Kilbacki up at the Yellowhead Arena this morning where the Titans camp is going on. Chris, local boy. Well, I'll say boy because he was one of my students, I guess, Chris.
Used to be a boy.
Used to be, yeah. I've got a couple of lads here in the camp. So your 2 boys, who are they? What are their names and where did they play maybe, first of all?
So my 2 sons, my oldest, his name is Jory. He's in grade 11. He was born in 2005, so he'll be 8 or 17 in April. This is his second time attending a Titans camp, and he's really enjoying it. I think he likes the fact that coming back, he knows what to expect a little bit. It's always a quick pace here. You've got to keep your feet moving, and so far he's enjoying that.
So where did he play this?
He played for the Neepawa Tigers, the high school team.
Oh, okay, yeah, and they did fairly well, but bowed out in an early round.
In the first round, yeah, we lost out the first round to Russell, or to Vincent Massey's.
Okay, it's a good experience playing for the Tigers, I think.
Yeah, actually, he really enjoyed it.
I'm sure he did.
Yeah.
And the other lad?
Our youngest is 2007. His name is Cohen, and he played for the U15 Yellowhead Chiefs, the AAA Bantam League out of Shoal Lake.
Okay, so that would be quite a bit of traveling with that.
Yeah. It was a busy winter, but we really enjoyed it, and he enjoyed it as well. So
that was his first year with the Chiefs?
It was his first year with the Chiefs. Yeah.
And at the camp, is it his first year?
First year at the camp as well. Yeah, and he's loving it. He's really enjoying it, and he knows a lot of the other kids just through his other hockey that he's played and stuff. So he's having a lot of fun.
Well, that's good. And while having Big Brother here, kind of, he kind of saw it a couple of years ago.
Absolutely. Yeah.
When the brother was here.
And they play each other at 3:00, so I guess we'll see how that goes.
That's good.
Yeah, it should be fun.
So, what do you think about the camp then? How's it gone this year?
It looks great. Everything I've seen so far, it looks top notch, really well run. It looks. The Neepawa Titans have always been a great organization, great for a town of Neepawa, and it's exciting to be here.
Well, it's great to have local boys at the camp and on the team in the past years and coming up years as well. You have to have some local talent.
For sure, and there's a decent amount of local kids here this time around. And not only Neepawa, but the surrounding communities, Menidosa, Erickson, on and all, Carberry, Brandon.
Yeah, sure. So, that's great. Thanks very much, then, Chris.
Awesome,
appreciate
no problem. Thank you. Enjoy the rest.
Yeah, I'm here at the booth, the sales booth here for the Titans with Graham Schindel. I'm assuming father of one of the boys.
I have a son here named Maddox that came to the camp, and he's had a great time so far.
How old is he? Has he been here before?
He is a 15-year-old. This is first time he's come to a junior camp. So.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he's quite excited and nervous.
I'm sure. Where did he play hockey this year?
He's playing high school hockey in Portage for the Portage Trojans.
Oh, okay.
And we'll see what next year brings, I guess. Hopefully some AAA hockey or something like that. We'll see, though.
So was in grade 10, I'm guessing, maybe?
Yes, he is.
At PCI?
Yes, he is.
Okay. My son teaches at PCI,
so
I'm always interested in that kind of thing. So we're here, and this is Tanis Stewart. She runs the shop. Hi there, Tanis. Well, let's make a sale here. Let's get the sales pitch going.
That one? Yeah, I'd take one of those.
Well, Janice, you sold a T-shirt to Graham there. What else you got for sale here? What are the prices of some of this stuff?
For these T-shirts here, they're the adult ones. They are $20 each, And we do have some youth hoodies down here. They range depending on whether you want the CCM for $70, or we have the ATC hoodie here for $40. And this one here is another ATC one that goes for $65.
So the sales been going fairly well. Well, it's new product, of course.
is.
This year it's going to nobody had one, right? So
Right, yeah.
so that's the thing.
The adult hoodies are a hot commodity. They seem to leave the store fairly quickly. Yeah, we do also sell hats and mugs and mini sticks. Replica jerseys were another hot item.
Okay.
We only have child sizes left in there.
Tana's not only runs the shop here, but she's game day coordinator for this past year of the volunteers. So how many volunteers and what do they do game day?
There's multiple volunteers that sign up. On specific game days, we have people that run the door, that sell 50-50. We have the announcer, the online scorer. We have someone that plays the music. There's the time box workers and the clock and the game sheets.
So that's like a dozen every game, right?
Yeah, and there are different people that volunteer for the position. It's not always the same people, so there's quite a few that volunteer.
Yeah, you'd have a crew at least of 30 or 40, I would guess. That would do that too. And then there's the Singer of O Canada too.
The Singer of O Canada.
That's right.
Right.
I've worked up in the booth a couple of times with Wayne in the game calling, so we've got those people from NACTV there as well. That's right.
Yeah.
So that's your first year doing that. So like getting into that, was that hard to get started on that? But then I guess others did it before you.
I just kind of was thrown into the position. They had really good notes on how to do everything so that I knew what I was doing. It was very easy to, once I got established, to find a routine and just go with it.
And volunteers were not that hard to get.
Actually, I think someone from the board was in charge of coordinating the volunteers this year, just because it had started before I had started the position. But they were in place, so I just had to make sure that they were here and knew what they needed to do. Oh, and security. That's another one.
Another one. Yeah, it takes a lot of people to run a game, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Well, any event, I guess it does.
Yeah.
That's for sure, yeah. So, and so is this your first year in the shop too? Like,
yes.
Running the shop? You get other people to work in the shop, I assume, do you?
Bill Sarek helps me out.
Oh, Bill does. Okay, yeah, he's on our TV board.
Yeah, he's my partner in crime.
Yeah. So, well, that's great. Thanks very much, Tanis.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, sure. This is some of the Shell family that are here watching grandson and son as part of the camp here, and nephew or whatever maybe. So Garrett, what's your boy's name and where did he play hockey, if you don't mind?
His name's Ty Shell. He played, this last year he played with the Rink Hockey Academy in Winnipeg. So.
Oh, okay.
U16, correct.
So where did he go to school?
He goes to school in Winnipeg, Shaftesbury High School.
All right, and where do you live?
We live just outside of Brandon on an acreage.
Okay.
About 15 minutes east.
So he's been in there for a couple of years at that hockey?
He played Southwest last year. Limited games like the Cougars because of COVID, and then he ended up playing in Winnipeg this year.
Okay.
This is his first year.
Well, it's great that they could get back at it, isn't it?
Yeah, he was definitely showing a little bit to get
So how old is he?
Yeah, he's 15. He'll be 16.
15. So this is the first camp. How are you enjoying it? Okay.
Yeah.
That's great. Thanks very much. I'm here with Carolee Lapointe, another of the parents of the lads that are out on the hockey ice. Carolee's from Neepawa area here, went to school at Neepawa Collegiate herself, and her son's there too. So tell me, your son, what's his hockey experience he's this past year?
Well, my son is Tarek Lapointe. He played this past year with the Neepawa Tigers. He had an excellent year. He had some excellent teammates, some great coaching. He really enjoyed his last year, but I know he was excited to come to this camp. When you grow up in Neepawa, you've always kind of wanted to play with the Titans and stuff, and he noticed that this camp is a huge step up, and he's feeling challenged and excited about the camp, and he's enjoying it.
Yeah, that's great. Well, there's quite a few local boys here at the camp.
Yes.
I think 7 or 8.
Yeah,
that's what
and
somebody
they are
told me.
some great kids, and Neepawa should be proud that they have such great kids that have gone through their minor hockey program, and they're nice kids off the ice, and they're awesome kids on the ice.
Well, we've had a great program. I mean, I was involved with minor hockey way back, and then with my own boys, of course, as well. And just minor hockey and the figure skating, everything in our rink is A1. Really.
Yeah, and he's also excited to see friends that he's played hockey against and with in the past, like when he played AAA. There's a lot of kids that were on his team back a year ago that he's kind of reacquainting himself with, and kids that he's played against over the years. It's always nice to catch up with them too.
And I'm sure some of them that even this past year that the Tigers would have played against. You know, some of those. Yeah, just being part of a group like that is just really great for kids.
Yeah,
really.
we always kind of say they're friends off the ice, enemies on the ice, right? until the game's over, and then you see them skating off together with friends. So
that's great. So he's enjoying the camp, obviously.
Oh yes.
Yeah. What do you think about it? Has it been a good experience for the parents?
It has been. Well, for me, it's great because we're at home, right? But I know they've prepared a lot of information for out-of-town parents, like restaurants, hotels, giving us lists, the schedules. We're all done in a timely manner, and I thought it was great. It's a great run.
Yeah, there's certainly a great volunteer organization around the Titans, as well as the coaches and the administrators.
Yeah, and everybody who volunteers for the Titans, I seem to know around town, so it's easy to talk to any of them, and they were so helpful, especially the girls checking in. They were very helpful.
Good. Thanks very much, Carolee.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks.
Okay, I've tracked down Ken Pearson, the coach of the Titans. This is the second day of the camp. Kenny, how's it gone? What's your feeling with the boys in that?
It's been really good. We're real happy with the games. Friday night, both games went to a shootout.
Wow!
And so that was it was real two real exciting games. Then today so far it's been really good. The guys have come out with a lot of energy, and it's what we want to see is who can play in different situations, whether it's the evening one or the early morning games, how they all come out and compete, and so far we've been real happy with the way things have gone.
Yeah, understand that the coaches for the games are some of your team.
Yeah, we've got about 8 Titans out helping out. They ran. They helped run the practices the day one, and they've kind of picked their own teams from the practices, and so they got some serious competition going on with each other.
They had the draft, the big draft.
They did, and it's been really good. They're real excited. Even this morning they were talking about making sure that they had their guys ready to go. So just having them around to be able to talk to some of the young kids too, and if they have questions, and be able to talk about the program and about Neepawa, as a whole. It's nice to have those guys around here, talking about the Titans.
Yeah, the young lads. Well, you're 15. What are they? 16 to 17-year-olds.
Yeah, there's some 15, 16, 17-year-old kids that are here, so they'll have lots of questions, and some of them, I think, got their eyes opened up the first day just at the pace. The pace of the games, the pace of practice, and in a good way. They're happy. They have to kind of get out of their comfort zone a little bit and maybe play a little bit more consistent, and that's all part of it is the experience and the exposure here this weekend.
Yeah, that's right. And you've had a lot of help volunteer-wise to set the thing up and get it running and so on.
Yeah, that's excellent. We always have great volunteers and working the registration, working the Titan store. And obviously helping out with the evaluations of the players too. So it's been a real community effort, and it's been real exciting.
Yeah, well, that's great. Thanks, Kenny.
Good, thank you.
Good luck in the future.
Thank you.